If 1111 started showing up in your life, maybe at first you didn't think anything of it. Just a time on the clock, just numbers, maybe a coincidence. But then it happened again and again. You check your phone and there it was. You glanced at the microwave and there it was. Random street signs, recipes, total cost at the checkout, and again 1111. And maybe it made you to pause a little bit and even question it. Not because you fully understood what it meant, but because something about it felt intentional. Like the world was trying to tap you on the shoulder. Like something was reaching out. Not to explain, but maybe to remind you of something. So if 1111 started showing up in your life, then maybe you're being called back to something. Not in a loud, dramatic way, not with fireworks or lightning bolts, of course. Just a soft pulse, a rhythm, a whisper from beneath all the noise of your everyday life. A small invitation to come home to yourself. And maybe you've been needing that. Maybe you've been drifting or doubting or trying to hold it all together while something inside you quietly wondered if you were losing touch with who you are. This is the thing about awakening. It rarely looks the way we expect it to. It doesn't always come with clarity or confidence or certainty. Sometimes it comes in the form of frustration, restlessness, discontent. Sometimes it comes when you're exhausted from trying to be someone you're not, or when your old ways of coping don't work anymore, or when life rearranges itself in such a way that you're forced to slow down and face with what you've been avoiding. So if 1111 has started to show up in your life, maybe it's not a message from out there. Maybe it's a signal from in here. Your own being, your own truth, trying to rise back to the surface. Maybe it's saying, you're not lost, you're remembering. You haven't failed, you've outgrown. You're not behind, you're being realigned. It's easy to forget who you are. And I'm not talking about your name and not your story, but your essence. That still, steady place beneath the pressure. The place in you that doesn't have to prove anything. The part that just is, worthy, whole, and alive. But life piles up, right? Expectations, disappointments, roles we never asked for, versions of ourselves we created to survive, and so on and so on, and slowly, almost invisibly, we move away from our center. Not because we're broken, but because we're human and this just happens to us. And then, well, we need a wake-up call, right? Sometimes it's sudden, like a breakup, a breakdown, or usually it leads to a breakthrough. And other times it's subtle, very quiet, like catching 1111 every few days, then every day, then multiple times a day, and you're wondering what the heck is happening. Well, maybe truly your essence is calling you to pay attention. Once again, you were not looking for it, but it was just calling you, it started calling you. Maybe not even to demand anything from you, but to remind you. You're not here to live by default. You're here to create with intention. You're here to participate in your becoming. And maybe the life you want doesn't live in the distance. Maybe it lives in the next small decision you make from your center. And maybe your essence is reminding you, hey, maybe the life you truly want to create for you is not as hard as you think it is. So what if you would start making these intentional changes right now instead of sometime in the future? Maybe in the way you speak to yourself, there could be some change. What about boundaries you honor? Maybe the truth you stop hiding from? Or what about the moment you choose to breathe instead of numb? Or to rest instead of grind? Or to soften instead of shrink? Yeah, that's where everything starts to change. Not in massive leaps, but in small remembrances. In those seconds where something deeper takes the wheel and you let it. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to know your 5-year plan or decode every sign or chase some ideal version of yourself. You just need to know how to come back to what matters, back to what feels real, back to the version of you that's not trying to impress or escape, just exist fully, honestly, without the mask. And the more you practice the return, the more you realize you were never truly disconnected. You just forgot how to listen. So there's a reason 1111 catches your attention. It stands out, it repeats, it feels like something mystical. A moment outside of time when something ancient meets something current. It doesn't ask for effort, it asks for presence. It doesn't promise answers, it reminds you that you are one. And in that moment, if you're quiet enough, you might feel something shift inside you. You might remember that life isn't something happening to you. It's something you're creating with every breath, every word, every choice. You're the artist, my friend, and the canvas is blank. It's already covered in the strokes of everything you've survived. You don't have to erase your past to move forward. You don't have to pretend it didn't happen. You just have to reclaim the pen. You get to say what it means now. You get to decide how you respond. You get to choose what you bring forward and what you finally lay down. And the truth is, your power has never left you. It may have gotten buried under years of fear or shame or self-doubt, but it's still yours, and it's waiting for you to remember. So, if 1111 is showing up in your life right now, maybe it's a doorway, not into something mystical, but into something true, that deep inside you know that it needs to happen. Part of you was craving it. Maybe it's your reminder that hope isn't naive, it's necessary, that the world hasn't forgotten you, that your becoming is not on pause, that even when nothing makes sense, something in you still does. You don't have to be fixed, you don't have to be perfect, you don't need anyone's permission to start living like you matter. Because you do. Even when you're doubting, even when you're struggling, even when you feel like nothing is working and no one is watching. Especially then, my friend. That's when the real you is being forged. Not the curated one, but the authentic one. The one who knows, who walked through fire without burning out. This, my friend, is your call. Maybe not about feeling fearless, but being honest. Honest about what you want. Honest about what you're not willing to carry anymore. Honest about what you need, what you're grieving, what you're building, one breath at a time. There is no timeline for awakening. There is no checklist for healing. There's just you at this moment and the next right step. And 1111 is just a soft knock on the door of your soul asking, are you here? If you are, if you choose to show up for your life, imperfectly but truthfully, you will start to feel it. Not all at once, but in flashes. Moments of peace in the middle of chaos. Moments of clarity in the middle of confusion. Moments where you stop waiting to be saved and realize you've been saving yourself pace by pace all along. You're not here to sleepwalk through your life, my friend. You're not here to shrink, to settle, or to disappear beneath the noise. You're here to create, to shape, to fill, to rise, to keep choosing yourself again and again until you remember that the life you were searching for was always trying to find you. And now you're finally ready to receive it. So the next time you see 1111, let it be what it is. Not a superstition, not a riddle to solve, just a pause, a breath, a mirror held up to your becoming, and a reminder that no matter how far you feel from yourself, you're always just one choice away from coming back. My friend, I hope you found great value in this message today. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting called Between the Worlds. Well, some of you may feel like you're just flowing through the space right now towards that reality that you're creating. So may this painting today reminds you of the importance of letting go and having sharp focus for the life you're designing. Keep focusing, keep walking with intention and integrity. Show up in sovereignty. And remember that the universe has your back. To anyone who would like to get a print of today's painting, go into AttractPassion.com and type in the search Between the Worlds and you will find it. Thank you so much for your support, and till next time, one love.